It's Bigfoot Collectors Club with Bryce and Michael. I know a ghost story or two. Let's do this.
Cracks you up every time, doesn't it, Bryce?
It makes me laugh.
You're the only person who has coined "yeah" as a catchphrase.
That's great.
There's "a,"
Yeah.
but does anybody have "yeah"?
That's me.
Kool-Aid has "oh yeah."
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What's Chester Cheetah?
Oh yeah.
Is he "yeah"?
Oh, I can't remember.
He
Yeah.
does something cool.
Yeah. With
Yeah.
sunglasses.
Yeah, I like that Chester Cheetah.
I do
He doesn't
too.
bug me at all.
Yeah, he's oddly sexual. You
Yeah,
know?
totally.
He's kind of hot.
Hell
Yeah.
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 Hell yeah.
Doesn't he just seem like
So glad you guys agreed
Like
with
if
me.
I had to fuck a food mascot, it would be Chester Cheetah.
and
for
buy
sure.
Coke
Of
from
course.
him afterwards?
Yeah, I think I would go
sure.
for Tony the Tiger.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Tony the-
muscular.
Yeah.
Very
Muscular.
muscular.
You're
Tony
going to
the
have a
Buff.
great time, Betsy.
Tony the Tiger's gay, though. Clearly.
Really?
I think he's like a masculine,
like a daddy.
gay
frosted
dad.
flake.
Great.
Frosted
Yeah, I mean, you can
flake.
still fuck him.
Right.
I mean, he wouldn't want that though.
I just think his personality is like, I think there was like in the world of serial characters, there was like the moment where like Tony the Tiger had to come out of the closet after like the 70s, 80s, 90s. You know what I mean?
Captain Crunch made him.
Yeah, because
It
they
was Captain Crunch who started it
Captain
all.
Crunch
He's like,
outed
"Just come
him."
on, tell us, man. Tony's like, fine.
I think it was like a big deal.
yeah.
You know, like Sugar Bear was super stoned. He was like,
Yeah.
"Whatever, man, it's cool."
It's fine.
Totally.
It's fine.
What other gay
The Lucky
serial
Charms
mascot?
guy is clearly gay.
No, he's just
No, he's not gay? He just
He's
has
he's an
short man's
alcoholic.
complex?
He's an alcoholic.
that is a diss against the Irish.
Oh God, Greg.
I think
How
that
dare you?
How dare you, Bryce? I think Lucky might be non-binary.
Yeah.
But I think,
Okay.
of course.
I think like Tony.
I don't think we're allowed to be calling anybody anything of this, but maybe.
this is called a bit. It's fine. It's just
Except
fine.
for Bryce.
Except for Bryce.
Yeah, except for what Bryce says. Not a bit.
The PC police were always out for
Yeah.
Bryce Johnson.
That's right.
If you're wondering what you're listening to, this is another episode of Bigfoot Collectors Club, the show where we talk to amazing guests about their personal paranormal history and share stories of high strangeness.
Yeah.
I'm your host, Michael McMillan. With me always is your other host,
Bryce Johnson.
And once again, filling in for super producer Riley Bray, we have the amazing...
Grace Mitchell.
And you've heard our guest already. We'll bring her right in. She's an actor. She's a comedic performer. She's a writer. She's a podcaster. You know her as many things, but she's also the co-host of our sister podcast.
Yeah.
Unofficial sister podcast.
Yeah.
A Funny Feeling. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show. Returning to the show for
a
another
year later.
holiday celebration.
For Christmas.
Ms. Betsy Sodaro.
Hey! Thank you for having me, especially for Christmas.
Oh, best Christmas gift
I love
ever.
Christmas so much.
Oh, man.
man.
And you know what? I was like, well, we're coming up on our Christmas episode. We got to bring back Betsy.
I'm here. I'm
Yep.
here. I love it. I loved all of those like paranormal Santa stories.
Yeah, those stuck with me.
Those really
Yeah.
stuck with me.
Yep.
Guys.
Like, what do you think?
I don't know.
Go.
That's when we really started talking about tulpas for the first time.
Yeah.
And now I feel like tulpas are all the rage.
They're such the rage.
We haven't
Because
even
those are the
done
ones where
an
if we all
episode.
think about it enough,
Yeah.
it
We
will
manifest 'em.
become or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah, tulpas, dude.
The collective consciousness like summons that thing into existence.
Whoa.
You know what I was reading about recently? What we should have? We should have a Christmas spoon bending party. Wouldn't that
Yeah.
be fun?
Well, why does it have to be a Christmas
It doesn't have
bending?
to be Christmas.
You just
Let's
wanna-
just we should have a spoon
And make
bending
them
party.
ornaments? Is that what you're getting
What's
at?
that?
And
There
they're
we go.
ornaments for the tree?
Yeah, they could
Oh,
be.
okay. All right.
Yeah. I don't know. I was reading about that. I was like,
Okay,
that'd
well,
be fun.
please
How
go.
do you do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you got to like, you grab a bunch of, like, there's a certain way to do it, right? So you grab a box of spoons.
Okay.
First, you gotta get a box of spoons.
Yeah, everybody can bring
Yeah.
a spoon, and then you dump them on the table. So
Can't
they
have
make,
a spoon party without a box of spoons.
Yeah,
You
box
need
spoons.
spoons. And then you dump them out on the table so they make a loud noise. I think there's like a whole that guy John Alexander wrote in his latest book.
Jason Alexander?
No, John.
My Life is George.
My life is
No,
George.
different
a lot
Alexander.
of spoon parties.
But he wrote in the back of his book,
That was my George Costanza.
Reality
Hey.
Denied, a thing on how to do a spoon bending party.
Whoa.
Isn't spoon bending? It's like it's a trick. It's not a real.
It's not a trick. No, it's like a real thing.
No, well,
It's Santa.
It's a real
It's
psychic phenomena. Yeah.
No. That's debunked.
No, it's not debunked.
I think it's debunked.
No, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the great Randy, who
that documentary.
the
Honest Liar?
documentary, who found a way
So good.
to hoax it himself. But actually, like the real phenomenon of spoon bending by guys like Uri Geller and the likes of him, it is not been proven that is a fake.
Is Uri Geller been proven a hook?
No.
I thought wasn't that
He had
an
a bad,
honest liar? Like wasn't that the whole thing where he's like that?
Yes.
Am I thinking of the same guy?
You are. That guy Randy had it out for him his whole life. But his way of doing the spoon bending thing, this
Just
guy
like
Randy,
Captain Crunch going after
who was
Tony
a
the Tiger.
magician,
Yeah, man.
yeah, he would cut the spoons in half, right? Like, and then he would do the bending thing, and they would like fall and bend over. Uri Geller has been known to like go to a restaurant everywhere he goes.
I still
Someone
think
has
it's a
him
bit.
bend a spoon or bend some piece of metal. There was a tale I was reading in that one book called Phenomenon by Annie Jacobson, where he went into a restaurant and one of the cooks was like, "Hey, I don't, will you bend these burger tongs?" And he bent the burger tongs. So it's not just like, so it's like
I got burger tongs,
he would bend
dude.
all kinds of shit.
I don't know about that.
I like it.
Yeah,
I'm here for it,
yeah.
Bryce.
He got a lot of. Took a lot of flack because they brought him on Johnny Carson, and they were going to try and debunk him there, and he wasn't able to bend the spoons because Randy had called Carson and said, "Make sure you provide the spoons and make sure they're extra thick."
Is that wrong?
No, it's not wrong. But part of the phenomena, as Uri Geller would report it, is that like if you hold that it can't happen, that it doesn't believe, then there's a good
Then it
chance
will
that it
not
won't.
happen.
Guys.
Right. So part of the thing at like holding a party is like
That
everyone
we
has
all
to
have
like
to believe.
Yes. Yeah, that's
Okay.
right.
It's like the
Light as a feather, stiff as a board.
That's exactly
Yeah,
what I was going
that's
to say.
right.
Yes, sir.
Sorry.
Light
That's
as a
right.
feather.
Anyway.
I'm listening
Okay.
to, or I'm listening. I'm looking at a Wikipedia article, the Wikipedia article about spoon bending, and there's a quote from none other than Michael Crichton,
Whoa, amen.
famous climate change denier. Michael Crichton,
God.
and
Okay.
father of excellent dinosaur science fiction.
Okay, what does he have to say?
He said he described his successful experience with spoon bending at a psychokinesis party in his 1988 book Travels.
There you go.
Which now I want to read. He says, this is Michael Crichton. I looked down. My spoon had begun to bend. I hadn't even realized the metal was completely pliable, like
There you
soft plastic. It wasn't particularly hot either, just slightly warm. I had bent a spoon, and I knew it wasn't a trick. I looked around the room and saw little children, 8 or 9 years old, bending large metal bars. They weren't trying to trick anybody. Mm-hmm. And then he was like, I have a great idea for a new show called ER.
Wait, he did ER?
Yeah, he was the creator of ER.
Really?
Yeah. It was about his,
Maybe
based
I should
on
watch ER.
Noah Wiley's character was based on Michael Crichton.
Wow.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it was about Michael Crichton's time as an emergency
What?
room doctor. Yeah, because he was a doctor for a long time before I wrote the Andromeda strain.
No way.
Michael, you're here right now.
That's wild.
Whoa, that's wild. I didn't know that.
Yeah, cool. All
There you
right.
Okay.
I always thought it was a fake thing.
Well, now it's been
bending.
proven.
Now it's been
Yeah,
proven.
now it's
My
been
man
proven
MC.
from people just being like, no, it's a thing.
No, it's a thing, bro.
like, none
It's
of us
definitely
need
a
it.
thing.
I mean, he doesn't believe in climate change, so whatever.
So, yeah,
He's dead
whatever.
now. It doesn't matter to him. Betsy,
Yeah.
does Bigfoot know it's Christmas?
What?
Does Bigfoot know it's Christmas?
Yeah. It's Christmas.
Does anyone bring presents for Bigfoot out in the woods? this Christmas.
Christmas. Is this a song I'm supposed to
I'm
know?
just singing it to you now. And
Yeah, I love it. But you keep giving me the eye of like,
Yeah.
come on,
Yeah.
sing.
Come on,
Right.
sing
Like,
along.
I don't know this song.
Not a real song.
It's like one of
Oh.
those nightmares where you don't know your lines in a scene. You're like, "Ah!"
I have those a lot. I'm like, wait, what? We've been rehearsing for months. We have?
Why
I
isn't
can't remember.
Why isn't Bigfoot more of a like Christmas
Yeah.
Right?
icon?
How do you know he's not?
Well,
Christmas
'cause he's
icon.
not- the Yeti's
Yeti
becoming
is our
like
Yeah.
Target now.
Abominable snowman.
Yeah.
abominable
Right.
snowman.
He's
I
taking
love.
all the glory.
I think we need more Bigfoot in our Christmas, though.
I'm here for that. I would love that. I love the abominable snowman.
I got my third year in a row of abominable snowman ornament from the Target Christmas section.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
They do
Target's
great stuff.
Good, man.
It's getting better and better.
Yeah, their Halloween section was pretty good too.
I think
Target.
my whole apartment and wardrobe is just now strictly Target.
Yeah, good.
Love it.
Good.
Not a sponsor of the show. Would love to have you over here
Yeah,
at
come on,
Target.
Target.
Come through. Okay, so Betsy,
Yes.
on your show, A Funny Feeling,
Yes.
co-hosted by Marcy Gyro.
Yes.
You guys often have listener stories. People call in and tell their stories,
Yeah.
respond to a lot of that weird shit.
Yeah.
So we recently, the last holiday, Thanksgiving, we asked our listeners when they go home, hey, when you're sitting around the holiday table and you don't know what to talk about, say, Mom, Dad, Grandma, give me some ghost stories. What are the things that were happening when I was a kid that you didn't want to scare us about?
So
right?
good. It's such a good topic of conversation. If you're ever in doubt, just be like, hey, anybody here have any ghost stories?
Yep,
Or
totally.
anything weird happen to them?
Yep.
It's so good.
It's great. And so we actually got in our inbox yesterday, as of this recording, a letter from somebody named
Yes.
Abby who said, Thanksgiving paranormal story achieved.
Great.
So I'm going to
Ooh.
ask Bryce to read this
Abby.
email
Okay.
from our listener, Abby.
All right,
Great,
cool.
great.
Here we go. Hey, guys. I heard your call to obtain paranormal stories from family members over Thanksgiving, and I actually ended up getting one. My 55-year-old Aunt Lisa was visiting this year. It started innocently by talking about how my 11-year-old stepson has an obsession with sleep paralysis. Apparently, it's a hot topic at school with kids his age. What? Get the fuck out of here.
Thank you,
Hell yeah,
Bigfoot
they're like,
Collectors
"Did you
Club."
get it? Did you get it last night? A hag on your
Hey,
chest?
man, you
Yeah,
better watch
seriously.
out for that sleep
Yeah.
paralysis. That's when the shadow man takes a
Yes.
dump on your chest.
But, yeah, and I left my Switch at your house. Bring it back tomorrow, douche. Aunt Lisa asked what sleep paralysis is. Oh, sorry, probably due to YouTube. And he's terrified of experiencing it. Aunt Lisa asked what sleep paralysis is, and I proceeded to tell her about how it's like your mind is awake, but your body is still asleep. And people feel like there's a presence in the room that they can see or feel, but they can't move. She casually asked, people see figures while they're awake? Are they shadows or are they people? I clarified that most people see a kind of shadowy figure. And she casually says, oh, that's different than me. I see people.
Oh, okay.
They usually show up around 4 in the morning.
Oh my god.
What? I instantly thought of your request for stories, so I decided to keep her talking. She proceeded to tell my family that she has seen ghosts on a regular basis at every house she's ever lived in.
Whoa.
Well, it's not the houses, sweetie. Starting in childhood, and had the most recent visitor when she moved into her current house.
Oh.
Her husband made her start sleeping with a flashlight next to her bed because she would turn on the bedroom lights to get them to leave. And it was annoying to him. Most
Now
of the
that's
time.
love.
I
Like,
know.
sure,
Yeah.
scare the ghost away,
Yeah.
but just leave me out
Babe,
of it.
I got a fucking meeting in the morning.
Yeah.
Just grab the
You and
flashlight.
your friends, knock it off.
God. Most of the time, the ghost had been an individual who just shows up in her room at night and looks at her. Or wanders around the room like they're in a waiting room pacing.
Oh,
But she
fuck.
said the craziest interaction was when 6 or 7 children in nightgowns showed up one night.
Oh my god.
Fuck
Betsy's
that shit.
face.
Yeah, that is disgusting. Ooh.
and were running through the house.
Run! Oh no!
She said they were shouting and laughing to each other, just being kids.
God damn it!
My
That's
aunt
so
has-
fucked
That's why I
up.
wanted to read this letter today.
That's so fucked up.
My aunt had just had her first child at the time, and she was afraid these kid ghosts were going to wake the baby because they were being so loud.
Gah.
So she went out into the living room and yelled at them to be quiet and go away, at which point they disappeared.
Wow! Ew!
I asked her if
That's
she's
so fucking gross.
ever communicated with the ghost besides the time she yelled at the kids to be quiet and leave, and she said no. I'm guessing that because she doesn't give them the communication they're looking for, they just end up disappearing or wandering away.
Okay.
My aunt is a devout Mormon, and as such, she doesn't believe that she has the power to help them at all. Since Mormons believe that only Mormon men who possess the priesthood can exorcise or banish spirits.
Oh my God.
Whoa.
So I feel like her gift has been stunted by that.
Oh,
I told her
man.
that the next time one shows up, she needs to ask them what they want and report back to me. I'd heard family whisperings that Lisa sees dead people, but nobody ever elaborated on it, and I was excited to get it straight from Lisa herself. Thanks, Thanksgiving. Thank you for making Thanksgiving interesting.
Wow.
Awesome.
That's great.
That's
The
great.
combination of nightgowns and
Yeah.
kids is the grossest thing in the
Oh,
world.
totally. Yeah.
Awful.
Nightgowns are so fucking scary. And then dead kids are horrifying.
Right.
And
Why are
then
the nightgowns so
combine 'em-
scary? It's because they're like,
Nightgowns are so nasty.
Yeah, they just are.
Ooh, they freak me out big time.
My mom used to wear nightgowns,
Oh.
and if I came home late, if I missed curfew like 2 minutes,
Right.
I'd come in and like put the car keys on the dining room table, and like we had like this like walkway that kind of it was like an open floor
Yeah.
kind of like living room area, so she could just like look down from the balcony, and she'd go, Michael, Michael. And I'd look up, and she'd be standing pale as a ghost in her like white nightgown,
Nasty.
frowning down at me because I was 2 minutes late. Like, where were you?
That's
I was
great.
like, She's like, 2 minutes, Michael.
You know, that's what it is. It's because they're all like white and old, and like back then they didn't have like checkered plaids or like, you know, like nice blue.
They didn't have like the Grinch printed
yeah,
on
they didn't
them.
have like patterns or cool
Give
characters.
me
Stressful.
pajamas
Right.
any
Yeah.
day.
Right,
But
right.
a nightgown is so...
They're associated with like a lot of trauma for many people, I think. Yeah.
so. And like they also just don't
Bold
make.
statement.
They also don't make sense.
Yeah.
Like because they just ride up.
I think
Right.
that. Oh,
like
right.
it's so lame.
Isn't
They
it so?
make no sense.
Isn't it so you don't have to wear like underwear?
You were on-
Yeah.
Okay, you perv.
Is my mom
No.
not wearing underwear under her nightgown?
I don't know what they're nasty. They're scary. And then when they're on kids, that's
disgusting.
even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Ooh,
weird.
it's fucked up.
What happened to all 8 of those kids?
I don't know.
Orphanage?
Yeah. Oh,
South used to
maybe.
be an orphanage?
Also,
or
what's
something?
up with these Mormon dudes being like, only I can
Yeah.
talk to ghosts?
Yeah.
That's a lot of religions
Yeah.
where it's dudes being like, "Oh, I could do it.
We
You
got this
can't."
shit.
yeah.
Let us
It's actually
banish
pretty,
the spirits.
pretty normal, actually.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, Abby, that's the exact kind of research we want our listeners doing
Yes.
over these holidays. So if you're home for the holidays, ask your Aunt Lisa how many haunted nightgowns are in her house. And then write to us or leave us a voice message at BigfootCollectorsClub@gmail.com. All right, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, it's time for holiday fun with Betsy Sodaro.
Yay!
Sweet.
Woo!
So, Bets,
Yes.
let's do a quick previously on Bigfoot Collectors Club recap for those
Yeah.
people who may have not listened to your episode from last December about your personal paranormal history.
Not really any.
Right?
Yeah.
But you do a paranormal show, a funny feeling.
Yeah. I
And-
love it. I don't want to see anything.
Right. That's the whole thing, is it
Yeah.
freaks you out, correctly? Now, has anything changed I know we did an episode over on the other side where I talked to you and Marcy about ghost hunting. We had a tiny conversation, a short conversation about that. But has anything changed this past year? Any new points of view? Any new experiences? Do you find that, because Adela Levine, who is a medium and intuitive that's been on the show, she's a fan favorite, has said just the act of us talking about this stuff is supposed to open us up more.
Yeah, and I've heard that while doing Funny Feeling. And Marcy keeps me like, it's going to happen. I'm like, I'll listen all day, but I don't need to. I don't know. I have that silly app on my phone.
Yeah, right.
I have a ghost hunting app on my phone.
We didn't talk about this.
We were in Salt Lake City.
Yeah, after our live show, Betsy and I went to a haunted hotel and we started looking for ghosts.
Yeah, we did, but we didn't find anything.
No, but we got some clickety clicks.
Some words.
Yeah.
Well, something spooky that happened recently is I went to bed and then I woke up and I was going through my phone. And when you double click and you see all the apps that were open, and that fucking Ghost Hunter app was open, and the word that it said was outside.
Oh, that's fucked up.
When I woke up and I was like, I haven't opened this since probably Salt Lake City or something. So for months, and it was open, and I was like, what the fuck, man?
So wait, it gives you words too?
Yeah, that's kind of the part.
We were checked out of that experience. We were off on
you were
our
gone,
own thing.
right?
Yeah, we were like, you guys
turkeys. Went back to the hotel,
and we went on a little bar crawl / ghost hunting.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was great.
Marcy was not as into the ghost hunting as I thought she would be.
I was blown away. I thought she would be into it.
She was very bored with us.
She hated it. She was really rolling her eyes a lot. We were like, well, what are we supposed to do?
We were having a great time.
I was having a blast. That app is fun.
I would do that anywhere, anytime with you, Betsy. You know this.
Yeah.
All right.
I want to do it all the time.
Okay. We do need to go. I think we'd be kick-ass ghost hunters.
I do too. Let me look at what the app is called. It's free. It was free. Ghost Detector. So
Ghost Detector.
It's pretty good. It was free.
Let's leave it on in the room over the course of this episode and see if anything pops up.
Let's not. I'm just kidding.
Let's do it.
Oh, yeah, that's fair enough to be like,
and it's got a little
and
EPK meter. No,
yeah.
EKG.
So I'll keep the sound off, but there is a way.
EPK.
No, electronic press kit. I always do this.
Right. EKG.
So it can be like this, where you hear the different waves. But we can also leave it on silent, so it's not just constantly So far, nothing's happening.
Okay. Good.
There's a lot of little charts and bars and stuff. I don't know what most of them mean, but when something is around, these will turn red and get really high.
We were getting a lot of red and yellow. We were in a haunted hotel.
Yeah, we were getting a lot of stuff. Let me see. There's a list of words, but yeah, I think. You know what? I did do it at the Queen Mary. What was I thinking?
Oh, dude.
I
How
did
did
it on
that
the
go?
Queen Mary.
Did you go over Halloween or something?
The Queen Mary is a great big boat on the
go?
dock of Long Beach. They say it's haunted. They do haunted tours there.
Yeah,
every
they
year.
say it's very haunted. And it said we were partying. We went to Dark Harbor and then stayed the night on the Queen Mary. Just this will be fun and spooky. And we went ghost hunting, and it did say the name of a girl I was with, Allison. And so we were like, whoa. And then my other friend downloaded, I think, the same app, and it did say Disjointed, which is a TV show I was on.
That is crazy.
And we're like, that's such a weird. I've never heard that word until I was on that show, and now this ghost app is saying it. So maybe we have some fans on the Queen Mary of Disjointed.
You never know. There's one of the most haunted rooms on the Queen Mary. There's a great video because they keep a camera in there running 24. And there you see this ball of light sort of go around the room in these objects, and it knocks over an object that's sitting on the desk.
Really?
It's fucking super creepy.
Queen Mary is
but it's really good.
Spooky.
Yeah.
It was cool. But yeah, just kind of, I've been just messing around with that, but nothing much has happened.
You sound a little non-committal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want anything to happen. I don't want that.
I'm not trying to
love
evoke
hearing
anything.
about it,
I
and I'll
don't blame
believe
you.
it. But
I don't blame
For
you at
everyone
all.
yelling at us, it's PKE meter for
PKE.
psychokinetic energy meter.
Right. God, that should
oh
be
yeah, so that's probably
Ghostbusters.
one of these things. It's getting a little hot.
What's it saying?
Oh, God, no,
It just
thank you.
said Mary, M-A-R-Y.
You were
Really?
just talking about a show.
Queen Mary.
Oh,
but
Queen
also,
Mary.
guys,
It's
Yeah.
listening to you.
It's
Can we
listening.
please? Come on.
Taco Bell. Now, it must be
Beef
right?
Gordita Supreme.
It just said Mary.
I doubt it has the software to like listen in and kick back words. I mean,
Right.
maybe.
It's in a phone.
It
You think
does.
so?
Yes.
Oh yeah, these phones are hearing
Well, I know the
everything.
phone has that capability, but do you think they would make the software for
But
this?
it's in the phone. It's utilizing everything in the
It
phone.
could be.
It's not utilizing everything in the
Yeah.
phone. It's a closed off application. It doesn't like,
Oh my goodness.
I don't
Oh,
know.
my
Bryce.
It is.
goodness.
It is using.
Price.
Yeah, so I went to this apparently very haunted town in Oklahoma because I was shooting a movie in Oklahoma City and I had the day off called Guthrie, where there's a lot, like there's an abandoned insane asylum, like I guess asylum, nice.
Yeah.
I don't think people say that anymore. Cuckoo Palace.
So much
And
That's better.
like all of these creepy things, and I would turn this on and get scared because there were all these old awful buildings, but
It's
nothing
just like,
happened really.
I'm crazy.
Oh no!
So do you like getting scared, or do you like?
Love getting scared.
Right. Yeah.
Oh,
Because you
it
love.
just said react.
Scared.
It just said react.
You love getting
Interesting.
scared.
I
React.
love getting scared. I love getting scared so much.
Maybe
you
it's
watch
saying
scary
react to
movies
this
by
app.
yourself in your place. Yeah.
all the time.
Wow.
I love getting
Betsy
scared.
does. If you follow her on Instagram, one of my favorite things is you will occasionally post live, and I kind of do this too, but I notice you do it like you'll be watching movies and post stuff live, like from your TV, whatever movie you're watching.
Yeah.
And recently you'd been watching I saw some wild clip, and I was like, what movie is this? And you were like, Troll 2.
Oh, my god.
And I'd never seen either Troll or Troll 2. So, like, the next weekend, I finally watched Troll.
It's good.
Troll is so wild.
That
Yeah.
movie blew my goddamn mind.
Yeah,
We
talked
talked about this
that
last
earlier.
week as
We
well.
did.
A few weeks back, we
Okay.
did.
Well, and
Damn.
Troll 2 is even crazy.
Okay, I gotta watch
it's
it.
wild. They're not even trolls. They're goblins. Like it's this Italian. I don't want to say filmmaker, but this Italian
Man.
moving picture guy
Right.
who was just kind of trying to ride the wave of success from Troll. Which isn't one.
Right.
And so they just call it Troll 2, but it's goblins.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
awesome. It's considered like the best, worst movie ever made.
Oh, I gotta
way.
see it.
It's fantastic.
The craziest
Wow.
thing, and I probably said this already on the show about Troll, is that the lead character's name is Harry Potter
Harry-
Jr.
Yeah, Harry Potter. Yep, it's so wild.
That's fucking
And that little
great.
girl who plays the troll in disguise, she's wild.
Oh yeah.
When she eats that burger, it's crazy.
Yes, I forgot about that. And like Sonny Bono's in it and stuff.
Sonny Bono is out of control in that
Yeah.
film. And Julia Louis-Dreyfus, young Julia
Yes.
Louis-Dreyfus, like playing like a nymph at one point.
Yes, it's giving me big like because Jennifer Aniston was in the first Leprechaun.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kind of those vibes where she's like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'll do this thing and it might ruin my career. It's like, no,
or
you're
it might
good.
might lead to must-see TV like
You're
it
good.
did for
Whoa,
Julia
now it said
Louis-Dreyfus.
slope.
Whoa.
I do like to ski, so now I think it is just kind of chiming into my fucking data of like, what have you been Googling lately?
Right.
Okay.
Speaking of scary movies,
Yes.
because I know you're a horror buff, I asked you to
my
think
favorite.
about some of your favorite scary. It can be campy, it can be it doesn't even have to be paranormal, but
Yeah.
like Christmas time, a lot of people like to buckle down and watch like Christmas movies, the Hallmark Channel, all that
Which
stuff.
I'm here for as well.
Great.
I love them.
But what about scary movies for Christmas?
There's some very fun ones. For the most part, the ones that I really enjoy are like slasher
Okay.
movies. There's a classic called Black Christmas,
Which they're remaking.
which I'm so mad.
And they show the entire movie in the trailer.
Unnecessary. But it's kind of considered like the beginning of slasher movies. Like, it's the first time you see from the killer's POV
Oh, right.
and
Nice.
stuff, and it's great. And there's this one character in it called, I think, just Mrs. May or something, who's like it takes place in a sorority house, and she's the like sorority mother, the
Sure,
house
yeah.
mother, whatever that is.
Oh,
And
this is 1974. This is
1974.
early.
It's early.
This is pre-Halloween.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Halloween was absolutely inspired by this movie.
I gotta see it. I've never seen this. I'm shocked.
It's
Margot
so
Kidder.
good. I think it's streaming on Amazon Prime. But Mrs. May is like just this raging alcoholic house mother, and just her whole bit is hiding booze throughout the house. And I saw that, I was like, I want to play that part whenever I can. But that's a fun one. Let me think. There's another one called Christmas. Oh my God, Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Yeah.
All of those are wild.
Is that the Krampus one?
No,
okay.
this is
Silent Night, Deadly
Silent
Night.
Night,
I
right?
feel like
Silent
I've heard
Night,
of
Deadly
that.
Night. This one, or is it Silent?
I think it might just
Bloody
be called
Night?
Silent Night. No, there is Silent Night, Deadly Night
Deadly
from
Night.
'84.
That's it. Silent Night.
The cover is Santa's going down the chimney, but he's carrying an axe.
Yes.
Oh God.
Yeah, he is.
Silent Night, Deadly Night, and there's like, I want to say 6 of them or something.
Wow.
And that's the one.
Oh,
They are.
It's not even a full
God.
Santa, it's just his arm.
They're such wild movies. Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, most of the movie is just the first movie and just recapping.
Oh,
No,
good.
like in
it's
Flashbacks.
so weird. That's a fun one where it's like this kid who's young witnesses his parents getting killed by a dude dressed like Santa.
Oh.
He like
Great.
pulls their
wonderful.
car over, and so he's really messed up, and whenever he sees the color red, he's triggered.
Wow.
He's triggered to then start being like, hey, that's naughty, I should kill you. So there's a lot of layers to this. Like,
Wow.
you know,
And it's
Right.
just red.
It's a mind
yeah,
bender.
if he sees like
Okay.
Santa Claus
if
red.
he sees the color red, he then goes to Santa Claus and then starts to be like, oh, you're being naughty. So then he'll kill like couples and stuff.
Right, right.
Makes sense. Hell yeah.
Right?
He's
Makes
like, 'cause
perfect
that's
sense.
it's
Yeah.
learned behavior
Yeah.
from the Santa Killer. Have you seen a movie called Don't Open Till Christmas?
No.
It's a British slasher from 1984.
Ooh.
That
I would
sounds
check
kind of
that
fun.
out.
It involves Scotland Yard.
Okay.
That's scary.
The
I always
game's
liked,
afoot.
I always liked Gremlins was a great Christmas
Gremlins
movie.
is a fun one.
That monologue that Phoebe Gates delivers about her father dying trying to deliver presents, so great.
And that's why she
But
hates
it's also
Christmas.
so unnecessary in
Yeah.
this like goofy movie.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Like,
Well, that's why I love that they send it up in the new batch where they like do. She does a whole thing about President's
yes.
Day.
Oh my God. Yeah, that was very. New Batch is bonkers.
Yeah.
Two bonkers.
Two bonkers, and I love it.
Oh, I love
so
New Batch.
much.
What about Christmas Evil 1980?
Yes, I've seen that.
I gotta watch all
And I
of these
believe,
movies.
and I can't remember how his starts, but essentially the story is this dude snaps, this dude who loves Christmas, snaps and goes around killing people who are naughty.
Oh.
You
Yeah.
know,
So it's kind of doing the dark
I like
Santa
that
motif.
little,
Yeah.
little like motif.
like he's very
Yeah, it's
into
good.
Christmas to the point where it's like, wait, you're being naughty.
You made the
I need
naughty
to kill
list.
you.
You're naughty.
And I think that one might start with him maybe seeing his mom like hooking up with Santa, who's his dad,
Right.
and that kind of gets him going.
Right, right.
I don't know. There's multiple. I feel there's
Was
multiple
his mom wearing a
slasher Christmas.
nightgown? Is his mom wearing a nightgown?
No, I think she's wearing like sexy lingerie for Santa.
I imagine like a writer's room where they're like, and they're like trying to pitch these ideas, and it really only lasts like an hour and a half. We got it, guys. No, you're on the. He gets triggered. Red naughty list. Axe.
Genius.
She fucking great.
Absolutely.
Write it up, Tim.
Absolutely. That's so many. There's one that's very fun called Jack Frost.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
From the
yeah.
90s.
Not the
Michael
Keaton
Keaton
one,
one.
yeah.
Even though that fucking snowman
It's creepy.
is horrifying.
What's he doing making that movie?
I remember we rented it and my whole family was just like, ugh.
No,
This
thank you.
sucks.
Yeah.
Like, this is like not fun, scary. He's creepy.
That's
the
one
kid
where
would never fall for that.
Michael Keaton dies in a car accident and comes back to life as the
Fucking
family
Frosty
snowman,
the snowman.
and a
yeah.
nasty looking snowman.
who was modeled after George Clooney,
What?
who was supposed to play the part and then dropped out.
Good move, Clooney.
Yep.
Good
I
move.
think I learned
so
that from
Jack
How Did This Get
Frost
Made?
is about a serial killer named Jack Frost, and as he's getting transported to get the chair, I think
Yeah.
the electric chair, the transport bus or whatever gets in a big wreck with this chemical. This genetic chemical one. The cover is so
Lord.
good.
Not bad. That's
It's
pretty
just
good.
evil snowman. So he gets in this huge wreck with genetic chemicals, and his body and the chemicals morph into the snow, and he becomes an evil snowman.
This is like the origin of a Spider-Man villain.
Is it
Pretty
like
much, yeah.
the 50-gallon drum and it says genetic chemicals?
Like the side of the
What's
truck,
a
like
genetic
chemicals or whatever. It's like, I don't know, whatever.
This is like that. Oh, did you ever watch Hard Ticket to Hawaii
No,
with the snake? Oh man, Betsy, you were texting me the night I was watching and posting on
Yes.
Instagram.
Okay,
Dude,
I gotta watch
it's incredible.
I'll watch it.
And there's a sick snake in it that goes around as a subplot. It's a python that has this strange disease and it starts attacking people. So while all this other just out of control cheesecake softcore stuff is going on, including frisbees with razors, there's a sick python that's killing people.
Oh my god!
will love this movie.
That
It's
sounds
incredible.
really fun.
Has Stephen King ever written a Christmas movie?
God, that would
A
be
movie or a
good.
book?
I don't know. Either one. I imagine he's had to tackle the subject a little
At
bit.
least a short
Right?
story. I mean, that's
There's
got to be somewhere in
definitely
like
a short story.
nightmares and dreamscapes.
Yeah.
I'm getting a hit that says "If It Bleeds," which is one of his books. Maybe that's got a
Okay.
Christmas. I don't know. Let me see. Stephen King Christmas novels. What's your all-time favorite horror movie monster?
Stuck on an
Horror
island.
movie monster.
You got a VCR
I have
and
to
a
be
VHS
stuck on
tape.
the island with
Yeah.
this horror movie monster. All-time favorite. This is tough. I mean, The Thing is my favorite horror
yeah,
movie.
it's great.
But I wouldn't want
And
to
it-
be stuck on an island.
No, I think what Bryce is saying, like, if you can only
Yeah, one
watch
movie.
one
Right,
movie,
yeah. I
it
like
did
your
sound-
version,
You have to be
Thing.
killed
I
by
liked your
one
version,
horror
though.
movie
I thought it was like
monster.
I'd have to survive with that.
You'd
Yeah.
have to make friends with him.
If I had
We
to
were
make friends with him, I'd feel like pick like Leprechaun or something. Like I can fuck around with you, you goofball. Or Jack
If you had to be
Frost.
stuck on an island with your worst nightmare, but they're also your favorite monster.
And you have their movie. Yeah.
And you get to watch the movie with them.
With them.
With them.
Who would it be and why?
The Thing, which is snowy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not Christmassy, but it's snowy and cold.
I'd keep him when he would be a dog,
Oh
but
yeah.
before it becomes the weird.
Yeah, the weird thing that splits
Yeah.
the dog open.
Hey, what in Aliens, isn't that like, doesn't that take place around the holiday?
Alien?
Aliens.
Alien takes place in outer space.
No, I know,
dog.
but doesn't she put on a Santa hat at one
Oh.
point, the little girl? Maybe I'm not
Newt?
Yeah, Newt.
Puts on a Santa
oh,
hat?
Oh,
Doesn't
and
she?
newest aliens.
I don't know.
Are you sure you're not thinking of the 1986 Aliens Christmas special that aired once on ABC? I'm just kidding.
Oh, I was like, wait, what? We need to watch that right now.
All of us were like, wait,
We need
podcast
to watch
over.
that right
We're
now.
watching.
Have you guys seen California Raisins Christmas special?
Yes,
Yeah.
dude. As a kid, I haven't seen it in years.
I have
so.
it on
Is
DVD,
it
and I made
fucked up?
everybody watch it on Thanksgiving. It's so good.
Yeah, I used to walk around with that little tape cassette, and they'd be
Yeah.
singing all the hits. Those
All the
raisins, they
hits.
could sing.
They were great.
Yeah.
They were great.
I really want to know where you're getting this image of Newt from Aliens.
Maybe
And
I was just trying to think of my favorite horror movie, and it's Aliens.
Well,
and I
you
was
know
like,
that-
I wonder if that has any Christmas
the
thing.
best UFO abduction story, one of the best of all time, which is Whitley Strieber's stuff.
Right, the holidays, yeah.
Takes place over the week of Christmas in the Catskills. So communion, all that stuff kicks off over Christmas.
Movie.
All right.
So he and his family had been up in the cabin in the Catskills, and this is in his book too.
Yeah.
And that's when he was abducted and saw the Greys, and he saw the little blue doctor dudes with the black eye, little tiny button-sized black eyes.
Oh, God.
And that was on like December 26th.
Classic Walken. I mean, I was just starting images started flashing back of like
Wait,
him
what's
waking
that
up in
called
bed.
again?
No.
Communion.
Communion.
You gotta watch that movie.
I'll watch
Yeah.
it for
It's
sure.
rad.
Ooh, that
It's
sounds
good.
spooky.
All right.
That's
Well,
good.
speaking of monsters of Christmas.
Yes.
Oh, before we get there, though, tease coming up. Betsy, we have a brand new, some recurring, but brand new bullshit or believe it
Okay.
list. It's updated. Do you want to play it?
Yes, of course I do.
All right. So this is a game that we like to call Bullshit.
Or believe it.
Yeah.
Here we go. Betsy Sodaro.
Okay.
On your mark.
Okay.
Get set.
Okay.
Ghosts.
Believe.
UFOs.
Believe.
Bigfoot.
Believe.
It. Guess I believe it.
Oh, it.
Little gray aliens.
Believe it.
Out of body experiences.
Believe it.
Demonic possession.
Oh, bullshit.
The Bermuda Triangle.
Believe it.
Alien abductions.
Believe it.
Loch Ness Monster.
Believe it.
Time travel.
Believe it.
Moth.
I believe it. Oh, man.
Do you want to put a pin in it and
Put
come
a
back?
pin in it. Put a pin in it. Ooh.
Mothman.
I believe it. Sure.
Reincarnation.
Believe it.
ESP.
Believe it.
Haunted houses.
Believe it.
The Illuminati.
Believe it, but it's stupid.
There's a face on Mars.
What?
There's a face on Mars.
Oh, that little thing?
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Skunk ape.
What?
Skunk ape.
What? Oh, I don't know what that is.
Well-
Florida's Bigfoot.
Oh, believe it.
Heaven.
Bullshit.
Hell.
Bullshit.
Sea serpents.
Believe it.
Poltergeists.
Believe it.
Chupacabra.
Believe it.
Atlantis.
Believe it did exist at one point.
Life on other planets.
Believe it.
Parallel dimensions.
Believe it.
The apocalypse.
Bullshit.
Life after death.
Believe it.
Nice. Good
Yes.
job.
And
Well
then
done.
time travel, though.
Yeah, let's talk about time travel for a minute.
I think there could be time slips. Is that called time
Sure.
travel?
Hey, you're traveling through time.
Okay,
You
then
don't necessarily have
believe
to have
it.
a time machine.
Okay.
So when you say time slip, what are you thinking?
Or like, because I hear this a lot on A Funny Feeling and stuff of like where people will see what they think are ghosts, but just kind of living in like the area that they are also living
Right.
in. Like one of our listeners said in a story where
I think
she
I remember this.
walked into the kitchen and a woman was like doing the dishes and saw her and got startled.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, oh, that's like, it feels like just a time.
Yeah. She like
'Cause
saw a
time
woman
is
from
not
like the
linear,
50s.
right?
Did you
No.
ever see that movie Ghost with Casey Affleck?
I never did.
You'd love it.
Do you think? I don't know.
It plays on a lot on that. Like
The
Okay.
Haunting of Hill House also does
Yes,
too.
that's great too. That was awesome.
It's just overlaps and time. We're kind of like overlapping with other time
Yeah,
periods.
that blew my mind.
Yeah. Okay. So, you've never heard of Skunk Ape? So we have a semi-recurring segment that we like to tack onto this game occasionally called 60 Seconds to Sell Skunk Ape.
Okay.
So Bryce has 60 seconds to tell you about Skunk
okay,
Ape.
sell it.
I'd have to
And-
show her the pictures.
Well, get ready.
All right, no
it's gonna be
problem.
finding them is going to be part of your 60 seconds.
Yeah.
Bryce, you have 60 seconds to sell Skunk Ape. Go.
Well, I love this one. So an old lady writes in a letter to the local sheriff's department. Apparently, something had been stealing apples out of her backyard.
Okay.
And she starts the letter. She's like, "Did somebody lose an orangutan?" She thinks it's an orangutan, and she's like, "Those things carry herpes. Somebody should do something about it." And
What's she
What
worried
a
about?
funny specific.
it's very specific. And anyway, so one night she goes out with her camera And she describes in the letter that it was so dark, but she had a flash on her
30
camera.
seconds.
She takes 2 pictures, and she describes in the pictures, here I'm showing Betsy one.
What?
Now that's a skunk ape. And then in the second picture, she said you could see it start to raise up. And just like in this second picture, it's different than the first one. It raises up. I wish I had them back to back, but I only have 60 seconds. And you could see the teeth, the canines,
10
and
seconds.
the eyes shine. And it doesn't look like any statue ever. And she signs it anonymous.
Whoa.
The skunk ape of Florida. Thousands of reports, too.
Done.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bullshit or believe it.
I want to believe it, but it's also like it's an escaped gorilla
Right.
roaming
Maybe.
around.
Oh, you want to see?
Yeah, I haven't seen Sky. I also love this segment. I haven't been here to record this
You know,
one. This is
it's
hilarious.
It's
literally-
only the second time we've done it. I always forget about it.
There's a guy who does great videos on YouTube. His name is Bob Gimlin. Not the Gimlin from the Patterson Gimlin footage, but Bob Gimlin with a Y. His work is so outstanding. I highly recommend it. Anyway, he does an entire segment on the skunk ape, and I highly recommend it.
Bryce, your time is up.
Oh well, whatever.
I'll say believe it.
Yeah,
Great.
it's
All
pretty
right, good.
crazy.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick break, and then it's time for this week's Story of High Strangeness.
Ooh yeah. Ooh yeah. Herpes thing is
where
so
did she learn
strange.
about orangutans and herpes?
It's just old lady talk, right? It's like,
Yeah.
you get it in Reader's Digest, you know?
Yeah, exactly. One article in Reader's Digest.
Totally.
Awesome. Well, so for this week in this Christmas celebration, and hey, look, we know not everybody celebrates Christmas, so we love all holidays and in fact, I kind of wanted to look back. I started with doing the monsters of Christmas to sort of be the yin to the Santa Claus yang of last year, or vice versa.
Yeah.
And then it was interesting because then I started getting into sort of the history of the holiday in and of itself, which we're not going to do too much of a deep dive of. But the term Yuletide comes up a lot.
Yeah.
And these are the monsters of Christmas. Ooh. And if you were like the person who said meh to my Headless Horseman story, you might not like this, but I'm telling you, it's real fun. So, Yuletide. This year, Yuletide runs from December 22nd to January 6th, 2020.
Okay.
Yuletide is a centuries-old Germanic holiday with roots in Norse mythology. It marks the darkest and longest night of the year, the winter solstice, preparing for the long winter ahead and the renewal it will eventually bring. Remember last year we talked about how part of the reason we light so many candles and decorate trees is because it's the darkest time of year.
Yeah.
And we're also putting on all the lights to kind of remind us that there will be light. The sun will come back.
Yeah.
Summer will
Cheering
return.
up.
I love that.
So it is a festival of light, feasts and lights. It's where the tradition of decorating trees come from, and all that holly and sprigs and garland, and of course the Yule log, which was a log that they decorated to carry them through the Yuletide, comes from. And now people often associate the Yule log with a delicious French type of cake in the shape of a log.
Yep.
Even the name Yule or Yule can be traced back to the Norse god Odin, who looks suspiciously a bit like Santa, and also evokes images of the Green Man, who we covered a few weeks ago, or Father Nature. Yuletide basically runs from the solstice through the Epiphany, which in some Christian traditions is the day the three kings arrived to meet baby Jesus.
Yes.
So that's also where we get the 12 days of Christmas, because it's Christmas and then 12 days after Christmas comes the Epiphany. So sidebar, the three kings, right?
Yes.
This is really fun. And we could probably devote a whole episode to this. The three kings is another name for the three stars, Mintaka, Al-Nilam, and Al-Nitak. in the constellation of Orion that make up his belt.
Whoa!
Now, we all know that Christmas is the story of Jesus' birth, the nativity, but it has a deeper connection not only to myths that preceded him, but directly to the stars as well. As we approach the winter solstice, the days grow shorter and the nights grow longer. In the northern hemisphere, for 3 days between the 22nd and the 24th of December, the sun actually appears to stop moving deep on the south in the sky near the horizon. This astronomical, maybe it's not directly on the horizon, but this astronomical phenomenon didn't go unnoticed. So basically, it's a point where the sun is setting in the exact same place along the horizon for 3 days.
Whoa.
You know, so it literally appears all year long the sun is moving in the northern hemisphere, getting closer, moving across the sky at different angles. And then between the 22nd and the 24th, it appears to be dead, basically. So, this astronomical phenomenon didn't go unnoticed by ancient civilizations like the Greeks and the Egyptians. Over the course of this 3-day period, ancient cultures perceived that the sun, the giver of all life, had died and was entombed for 3 days.
What?
Sound
Hello.
familiar?
Everything sounds like Catholicism.
And then on the 25th, which is now, of course, Christmas Day, the sun appears to move again in the sky.
No way.
Therefore being resurrected or born.
Whoa.
So on Christmas, when we celebrate the birth of Jesus, the sun, or the Son of God, it's a symbol for the sun moving again and beginning its entire journey for another year.
Blasphemy!
Now, in the Bible, the story of the Nativity, the 3 kings from the east followed a bright star in the sky.
Jeez.
This star is Sirius, or the dog star, as it is sometimes known as, and it lines up with the sunrise on December 25th, the brightest star in the sky. The point where the sun will be born again, and also aligns with the 3 kings, the stars of Orion's belt, who appear to have met the bright star to witness the birth of the sun on the 25th.
Goodness.
So the nativity story describes this astrological event that happens during the winter solstice. So while you're attending this year's Christmas pageant, stop and consider the idea that what you're witnessing is a symbolic representation of celestial movements tied to the seasonal shifts.
Yeah, scream that.
Story of
in the
birth.
middle of it. Hey, hold on. This is a representation of celestial stuff.
A story of birth and resurrection told long before the arrival of baby Jesus that once starred the Egyptian gods Isis, Osiris, and the child god Horus.
Whoa.
But I digress. Let's talk about the monsters of Christmas.
Whoa, I mean, that blew my mind.
It's pretty
crazy.
Yeah, hey guys. That's it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. And everything you just said, that predates Jesus by like a lot.
Yeah.
a lot.
Centuries.
Where the people who wanted to
Thousands of
start
years.
Jesus were like, we'll just like bullshit them with the stuff they kind of know.
Yeah, the ancient Egyptians would mark their calendar year with midsummer, which is where Sirius, who they associated with the goddess Isis, who was the mother of Osiris and Horus, it would actually, Sirius, for 70 days leading up to midsummer, disappears from the night sky, and then it comes back. And they saw that as a herald of the resurrection and of Osiris, and then the birth of Horus, where the sun would rise from midsummer and become the brightest. It's really,
just
really
like
cool stuff.
every other holiday, they seem to be adopted from these pagan rituals, pagan
all
holidays.
goes, and it's
Yeah.
all
Redone over.
Yep.
Big time.
And
and also if you're trying to spread a religion and assimilate people like the Germanic peoples and the pagans, it's like, let's just take
you
your
guys
holidays.
have fun at this time? Great. Well, us two,
and
then
it's
this.
telling it's just an evolution of the same story, and we see this all the time in popular culture, right? Like character, and I'm not comparing, but I'm saying just like our own pop cultural myths get reborn and reinterpreted all the time, whether it's Batman or Superman or Spider-Man. Now it's played by Tom Holland, and in this one, Spider-Man's origin story is this. You got to look at this celestial myths. And it all traces back to the stars. Religions are just telling the same stories over, and our myths are telling the same stories over and over again, and they typically have a connection with the celestial bodies, which were considered gods. Essentially. So, okay.
I have a question just before we move on. Where in, like, geographically can you witness this astrological phenomenon? Like, where would...
In the Northern Hemisphere. So it's basically...
Just all over the northern
but
hemisphere?
there are places where it's probably lined up a little bit more perfectly than others, but in the Southern Hemisphere, it doesn't work the same way.
Right.
So that's why all these myths all kind of deal with religions that come from the Northern Hemisphere and civilizations in the Northern Hemisphere.
Of course.
But I'm sure that there are places like, I believe that like Stonehenge was aligned to completely line up with the summer solstice. The 3 pyramids of Giza, they are lined up perfectly with the 3 stars or the 3 kings of Orion's belt. So there are going to be places where you can see this stuff happen with actual monoliths built by ancient civilizations to point those stories that are being told by the stars, which have become the basis of some of our great religions.
Wow.
Yeah, we could do a whole thing, and you
just pissed a lot of people off. Huh?
I don't know. I think it's really mind blowing. I'm armchairing it here, but let's get into the monsters of Christmas. Betsy, I think you're really, really going to have fun with this.
I'm excited.
Speaking of Yuletide, the Icelandic Jólakötturinn, or the Yule Cat, is a cat whose legend could date as far back as the Dark Ages. It is a giant black cat, like the size of Clifford the Big Red Dog, that visits children on Christmas. But instead of bringing presents, the Yule Cat peeks into windows to see if children had earned new clothing as Christmas gifts, a sign that they had finished all of their chores before the holidays. If the Yule Cat could see that a child had earned new clothing, it would quietly move along to the next house. But if a child was lazy and didn't receive new clothes, then the Yule Cat would eat the child's dinner and then eat the child.
There we go. That's what we were waiting for.
I've heard about that. I think maybe Marcy did something like
really?
this. Maybe keep going. The clothes thing got me.
The Yule Cat was a warning to Icelandic children to work hard and do their chores. It also inspires generosity to provide the poor with clothing so poor kids would also be spared by the Yule Cat come Christmas. Because that cat's just looking for new clothes.
Oh my goodness.
God. And now today we have Elf on the Shelf.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Trust me, there's a lot of Elf on the Shelf in here.
Right.
And especially by who we're going to talk about next. So the Yule Cat is owned by a collective of trolls known as the Yule Lads.
Oh,
that's
the
great.
Yule Lads.
Of course.
That should be
the
like
Yule
an
Cat.
acapella group.
Yeah, totally. It's the house cat of the matron troll or ogress, the evil Grilla. And she and her husband, Leopoldi, live in a deep cave in the mountains with their 13 troll offspring.
Oh my
lads.
God, yes.
The lads are all like super gross versions of Elf on the Shelf, wreaking havoc during the Yule time, arriving one by one night at a time, over the course of 13 nights, and are listed as follows. So there's a great poem that I got this from called the Tales of Fingewulf. But this was I'm not going to recite the whole poem, but I got this from the poem. And a lot of this stuff comes from Smithsonian.org and a Mental Floss article about monsters, Wikipedia. This is so great. So here are the 13 Yule Lads in the order that they come. So on the first night, we have Sheepcock Clod.
Yes.
who's obsessed with sheep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He wants
he
to
is.
suckle on the ewe's teats,
On the
but his
ewe.
knees are too stiff and locked, and he can't bend down
his
to
knees
get them.
are?
Yeah, he's got locked legs.
God.
Let's get him a
Jesus
surgery.
Christ.
Night 2 comes.
Oh wait, that's it.
That's
Wait,
telling-
so
That's not enough, Grace.
okay.
He's
I'm just
knee
going
knocked,
down
so
and
he
telling
can't
you
suck
all-
on the
they're-
ewe's tit. That's a
They're
lot.
like the 7 dwarves, you know?
Yeah.
There's nothing
They're
like the seven
filthy.
dwarfs.
So, night 2 is Gollygawk. He hides out in the barn under the hay and waits for the milkmaid to leave and then steals all the milk and runs. These guys are all just really want to eat and drink stuff.
Okay.
The third one is Stubby. He comes on night 3. Stubby likes to steal your pans and nibble off all the greased and crusty bits, which
Hell
is
yeah,
his favorite
Stubby.
food.
Oh, Stubby's
Okay.
good
Stubby's
then.
pretty
Yeah.
good.
Stubby?
Yeah.
Stubby's good.
Wow, Stubby. Little
Night-
garbage disposal.
Night 4 hails the arrival of Spoon Liquor.
No, come on.
That's such a like high school
Spoon liquor?
nickname.
Spoon
Like
Liquor.
who's that? It's like the kid who has too many concussions in
Did you
football.
bring my lunch money, Spoon
We call
Liquor?
him Spoon Liquor. He's just like, "Duh."
His mom just gives him bags of yogurt
yeah.
and one spoon.
Brown
One
bag
spoon.
spoon yogurt.
Spoon Liquor's super skinny, and when the cook is out of the kitchen, he steals the spoon from the stirring pot and runs away with it, holding it by 2 hands because it's so slippery he doesn't want to let go. And he takes that back to the cave and he's like,
Then he licks it.
after Spoon Liquor comes
Spoon Liquor?
Pot Scraper.
Okay.
This dude's
Great.
got a good game.
Getting a theme here.
He knocks on the door and runs away, and then when the children go to the door to see who's there, he climbs in through a window and steals the pot and then runs away to scrape out all the food from the pot.
What?
Look, these people didn't have a lot in their old homes.
Right.
They
Yeah, they're
just
like,
had kitchen utensils.
What else? There's a pot.
Right.
We can
Right.
make him be a pot
There could be a
scraper.
fireplace one.
Yeah.
And I don't
A
know.
latrine one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, there's a theme, trust me. Because next, we have Bowl Liquor.
Yeah.
Bowl
We got
Liquor
knife
is
liquor.
the ugliest one.
Oh man.
And he's all about snatching them bowls away.
Got it.
He'll take it from the family cat or dog, and then he just licks them clean.
Why is he ugly?
He's just the
is.
ugliest one. That's what they say.
Damn.
Aw.
Then, after Bowl Liquor comes Door Slammer. Door Slammer's really fun.
The door.
He waits
slammer.
until everyone's just drifted off to sleep.
Door slammer.
And then he gets his jollies by opening and slamming shut the doors. He loves the sound of door slamming and squeaky hinges. And he loves waking everybody up and making them go look to see what's making all the commotion.
Now, do these trolls all work on separate nights?
Yes,
They
separate
come in
nights.
order, so you know what's coming next.
Yes. So every night.
Right.
So you could.
So, like, tomorrow will be the door slammer.
Yep. So you could kind of see that parents might have one by one each night
Yeah.
done some of these things.
Right.
Okay.
I think I can't help but notice that the first ones have really elaborate names, and then people just
Oh
gave
yeah,
up
and then
on
it
the
got
next
Yeah.
very lazy. It was
Sheepcock,
like,
Gollygawk,
door slammer.
Stubby.
lazy.
And also, I should have said this at the top of the show, but we might get into some Christmas spoilers if you have kids.
Oh.
So just remember,
Kids who
we
like
don't want
to
to spoil
suck
any
the teat of
Christmas.
a ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After Door Slammer comes Skier Gobbler, and
Now
so
we're back to a fun name.
he's an Icelandic yogurt fetishist.
Oh.
Skier is a type of Icelandic yogurt.
fetishist.
He gets
That's
into
awesome.
your
Gobbler.
he gets into the skier tub and he eats up all your skier.
Sicker.
He sits in that tub and he eats it.
You sick fucker.
Gear gobbler.
You guys like this guy? He comes the night after Skier Gobbler. His name is Sausage Swiper.
Hell yeah.
He-
Sasha Swiper.
He climbs up into the rafters and sits up on the beams and then snatches food off the plates and gobbles down sausages up on the crossbeam of your
Great.
ceiling.
Yep.
Great.
This next guy, he's kind of the pervert of the group. His name is
He's kind of the
I was
pervert.
gonna say.
I feel all of them
Wow.
are pretty creepy.
This guy's name is Window Peeper.
Oh, window
Yeah, no, he's
peeper.
the pervert.
Yeah, he's the
Yeah,
pervert
yeah.
for sure.
He peers into windows, casing the joint for things that he would like to steal for himself later. And then after Window
But he
Peeper,
doesn't.
I mean, he might.
He just peeps.
I think he's just peeping.
That is, I think, the creepiest
yeah.
one. Where it's like, eat the sausage, eat that nasty yogurt, but don't just peep into my window.
Right.
That's too nasty.
What does he do?
Window Peeper's got to get a look. He cases the joint. He's like,
That's
oh,
all
that
he
guitar
does?
looks nice.
I'm unimpressed by these fellas.
You know,
Okay.
I don't think he's casing the joint. I think he's doing.
I think he's looking and
He's looking.
he's peeping.
He's peeping.
The next guy is Door Sniffer.
Oh,
Now I'm back on
Door
board.
Sniffer.
Door sniffer.
He's got a huge nose.
Yes.
And they say he never gets a cold and he never gets sick, despite the fact he has a giant schnoz. And he can sit up in his mountain cave and he'll smell bread baking from miles away.
Whoa.
And he'll come following his nose, sniffing around your door, trying to find that sweet baked bread.
What? Does he eat it then, or he
I don't
just
know. I mean,
smells for
if you leave it out, he'll find it. But he's led by his nose. He wants to go
Okay.
get that.
This would make a great monster Christmas movie.
This would be awesome.
Just
Yeah.
like
Be
Betsy
really
alone in a cabin in
Oh my God.
Nordenstaga when
It's
13
the
Nights of
Yule
Hell.
Lads. Yeah.
Now, on the 23rd, that's the arrival of Meat Hook.
Oh, that's horrifying.
Meat Hook
Meat fuck is awful too.
Meat Hook arrives on the 23rd, which is St. Thorlax Day, and he's there to steal that meat.
Ooh.
Yeah, so St. Thorlax Day is, I'm pulling up Wikipedia here, it's from Old Norse,
Ask
it's
your doctor if
Icelandic.
Thorlax is right for you.
Yeah, it feels like that.
Thorlak is the patron saint of Iceland. He was the bishop of Skalholt from 1178 until his death. So yeah, he's just like a saint, famous saint from Iceland. And then he's okay. Nova's trying to get into the game. And then on Christmas Eve, and he does seem to be the dopey of the bunch, is Candlebeggar.
Oh.
And Candlebeggar comes in, and he just wants to chase after lit candles, which are valuable.
He's absolutely the dopey.
Because the kids will come out with the candles on Christmas Eve, and Candlebeggar will be chasing after the children wanting to get a hold of one of those candles.
Oh, Candlebeggar.
Give one to him.
And
Set
then
the house
eventually
on
he
fire.
just marches back up into the hills with all of his weirdo brothers until the following Christmas. So those are the Yule lads.
Wow. That's wild.
Aren't those great?
Yeah. But what's the general point? Like, is it like for the parents to be like, be good or else this will happen?
I think, yeah, it's
or-
probably, I think it's the parents playing games with their kids.
Okay.
It's something fun to
Like-
do around the holidays.
Like,
Yes.
where did the pot go? Oh,
Okay.
pot scraper
Yeah.
must have come.
Why is
Okay.
that
Where's
sausage
my
in the rafters?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I have a feeling
Where's all the
that's,
yogurt?
and it's also a way to get
Dad,
your.
it's in your beard.
It's also a way
Well, I'm
to make
sorry.
sure the kids eat all their food, clean up, do all their
There we
chores,
go,
make
okay.
sure that these little trolls don't come around.
Yeah.
But I think like the door slammer's got to be one that dad gets drunk on a little mead and then he's just like slam.
Honey, get up. We gotta open this door. Come on, get up. Just go back to sleep, baby.
All right, so France has a couple crazy monsters of Christmas.
Ooh.
In the Alsace and Lorraine regions comes Hans Strapp, who was a 15th century debaucherous asshole who was super rich, and he started practicing black magic and worshiping Satan to enrich himself beyond his wildest desires.
Okay.
So a little bit of a Faustian figure. Unfortunately, the Catholic Church shut that shit down and banished Hans Trapp from his property and wealth and sent him living up in an old shack in the mountains. So while he's in this mountainous shack, he becomes obsessed with the idea of revenge.
He's the Grinch, dude.
Dude, it is. He doubles down on his devotion to Satan, goes mad, and starts thinking about how lovely it would be to eat the flesh of another human.
Oh, shit!
So,
it's doubling
This
down
is
already.
just like the Grinch.
Trap fashions himself a disguise
What?
of a scarecrow.
Oh,
He put on baggy clothes and stuffed straw and put on a scarecrow mask.
this should be a movie.
Yeah.
And he'd hang out in valleys and fields
Oh.
and lie in wait for a victim.
Oh.
One day, he abducts a little shepherd boy, drags him back to his shack where he cuts him into tiny bite-sized pieces
Oh
and
my
cooks him.
God.
But just before he can take his first bite, a lightning bolt from God strikes Hans Trap dead. Also, hey
After
God,
the kid's been cut
Yeah,
hey
off.
God, do you
go a
think
little faster.
Nice timing.
Yeah.
you guys
Strike
was
him when he's making that dumb outfit.
you think you could kill him before he chops the kid up?
Yeah.
He's like, it's fine to abduct and destroy a
Yep.
boy.
Okay.
But you
What are you
cannot
gonna
eat
do
him.
now?
You shall
Yeah.
not taste of it. You may
So-
cut upon it.
Now, in the Alsace and Lorraine regions of France during Christmas time, children are told that if they don't behave, Hans Trap, the scary, cannibalistic Christmas scarecrow, will come and get them.
I'm
That's
going to
better-
tell my nieces this.
Yeah,
Awful.
that's better than a bag of coal, right?
That's not
If
cool.
you're bad, there's gonna be a Satanist gonna chop you up and eat your fucking guts.
Just like a scarecrow.
So be good, you little shit.
The French have another Christmas dirtbag named Pierre Foutard, whose name translates into Father Whipper or Old Man Whipper.
Ew.
Man whipper.
He actually tags along with Saint Nicholas in northern France, Belgium, and French-speaking areas of Switzerland. He's got a creepy, like charred face,
Jesus.
a scraggly beard,
Ew.
and is dressed in tattered robes. He carries a whip and switches, and sometimes is seen depicted with a wicker basket slung over his back where he can carry kidnapped children.
And Santa lets him ride with him?
Yeah, it's his job to pass out the coal to all the shitty kids and spank the ill-behaved boys and girls with his trusty whip.
Sounds
Oh my
like,
God.
Pierre, you're up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
Fuck
Yes.
It's whipping time.
I've heard of that.
Yeah,
dude.
he's-
the switches.
There's a
and
lot
stuff.
of switches and whippers. It's a very there's a very common thing that you'll see in the next few are like this, of like old men or old women that are companions or people who
Yeah.
operate on their own who are kind of like evil Santas.
Yes.
And so one of them is Belsnickel. And he was
I've
from
heard of
the
this.
Germanic. Yeah, there was an
Yes.
episode of The Office where Dwight dresses up as
Yeah.
Belsnickel.
I thought I thought that was just Dwight's
No,
thing.
it's based on. So it's actually
Oh
the
my
reason why it's
God.
in The Office, which took place in Pennsylvania, is because Belsnickel came over and became a tradition of the Pennsylvania Dutch. That they brought over from
Right.
like the Germanic cultures in Europe. So he's a German folklore character who dresses in furs and rags, sometime wearing a mask with a tongue, and he goes around during like Yule time and he beats bad children with a switch.
The Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, the Nintendo Switch.
He just plays them
Yeah,
in video games.
He beats
and
them at
destroys
whatever.
them at Overcooked.
Fortnite first place,
I got
bitch.
you, man.
Frau Perchta is a German witch who punishes
I've
the
heard of her.
lazy during the 12 days of Christmas. She's known for disemboweling her victims and replacing their guts with garbage.
I've heard that Marcy did that lady, and I love her.
Yeah.
We need a movie about her.
Her
All for kicking it
overall
around the
demeanor
holidays,
has a lot in common and is often associated with probably the most popular monster of Christmas as of late, and that, of course, is Krampus. So, you mentioned the film earlier, Bryce. There was a
Right.
horror movie about Krampus
Yeah.
released a couple years ago, a few years back. So Krampus is pretty interesting. He's a half goat, half demon who arrives in Austria around December 6th of every year. Now, remember, December 5th is when St. Nicholas would arrive to party for a few weeks in December.
You'd put your shoes out.
Yeah, he'd come in on a boat, and then he'd hang out for 3 weeks, going from home to home, delivering gifts. So Krampus would also follow on the heels of St. Nicholas, and over the next few weeks, he'd hunt down wicked children and beat them with switches or throw them in his sack and carry them back to his lair where they might be tortured or even eaten.
Oh!
Wonderful.
But it's believed that Krampus can be traced all the way back, here we go, full circle, to pagan rituals from Alpine villages from around 1500 years ago. So it's predating Christmas as a holiday as we know it. So during the winter solstice, villagers in the Alps and Alpine villages would dress up in Krampus costumes for a festival called Krampuslauf or Krampusnacht, Krampus Night.
Yeah.
And they dress in wooden masks armed with cowbells, and they'd march through the streets in order to scare away all the evil ghosts and spirits that would come haunt them for the winter.
How interesting as it started as a positive thing.
Yeah.
And then got morphed into kind of a negative, like, gonna eat you, be good. Like,
well, because guess who, of course, is going to turn it into something evil?
Guess who?
Church.
Catholic Church. But before that, so it's kind of like, how do you beat a ghost? You beat it with a scarier entity.
You scare
it away.
I'm gonna remember that. I'm gonna do that to a ghost.
So
if a ghost ever gets me, I'm gonna fucking scare the shit out of it.
Wear a scarier night robe.
yeah.
It's super cool. Like, it's just imagine like a village full of dudes like dressed as this demon trying to. And it also sounds very. And this is me really like, just off the top of my head. But I feel like there's a lot of like Japanese stories of like dressing up in masks to scare ghosts away, like traditions. This sounds like something similar to something that might be. I'll have to look that up to make sure. But just
Halloween is jack-o'-lanterns. It's supposed to be
exactly
scaring off ghosts.
Yeah,
that's
this
Irish thing.
Yeah,
right?
this idea of dressing up in costumes to scare away ghosts and spirits is so cool.
Yeah, but that's
and very
evil.
empowering. Yeah, so they'd march through the streets with cowbells, scaring away the ghosts. And these festivals are still celebrated in Austria, Germany, Slovenia, Czech Republic, and Hungary today, despite early attempts by the Catholic Church and other religious institutions who tried to ban the festival over the past few centuries.
They're like, let's not do anything fun.
God, such nerds.
Due to Krampus's resemblance to the devil.
Okay.
Right, okay.
But Krampus isn't Satan, or really a Christian entity at all.
No.
So it might, in fact, his origin might be found in Norse mythology. And I'm quoting from an article I read here from the Smithsonian.org. His name originates with the German word Krampen, which means claw. And tradition has it that he's the son of the Norse god of the underworld, Hel, who's played by Cate Blanchett in Thor Ragnarok. So, wherever he comes from, Krampus has gained a lot of popularity over the past decade and has done a good job to add a little bit of Halloween Horror Nights to an otherwise saintly holiday.
Yeah.
So, Betsy, those are just a few of the many Christmas monsters you might encounter over the holidays.
So great.
Aren't they
Those
awesome?
are so great. I wish we knew more about as a kid, I would have lost my fucking mind to hear about that stuff. Like, that's because it is like combining Halloween and Christmas.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, there used to be a tradition of telling ghost stories at Christmas time that's kind of gone away and has really moved over to Halloween a lot more.
I think I might be kicking out the elf on the shelf and bringing in the 13 lads.
Well,
this year.
I'll send you the poem, which is a delight.
Yeah.
And
I do love that idea of like rather than Cole being like, hey, some creature is gonna, some fucking lunatic in the woods
Tonight
is gonna come and eat you.
I'm gonna leave your curtains open. Because prepare for the peeper knocker. Don't go to sleep.
Peeper knocker.
Because you'll miss the peeper liquor.
The Nintendo liquor.
The Nintendo liquor. Ew, no.
The Nintendo liquor.
Nintendo's totally been licked. What did you do, man?
The scooter sniffer.
The toe clipper.
I feel like the Grinch is like the kind of Northern American version of it.
I mean, you have to assume Dr. Seuss was familiar with some of these old
he kind
legends.
of seems like Krampus a little bit in a way.
Yes.
And
Which I love the Grinch. So
and
fun.
like
I love the Grinch so
Grilla
much.
and the trolls, he lived up on a mountain in a cave,
Right.
like
Yep, far away.
up from the village of
course.
Whoville. So there's a lot of like, you
those-
can see the DNA is in these stories.
Those people
You're
that
right.
you were saying dress up as Krampus. There's a great Instagram account I follow, and every December she posts all these locals posing in their Krampus outfits, and they're so ornate
whoa.
and scary, and the fur and the masks and the horns.
Where?
It's probably Austria, Slovenia,
I
Czech
have a
Republic.
friend. I wonder if it's the same person who went, who has gone a few times to these huge
I wanna go.
Krampus
festivals. I think that would be
Betsy,
so fun.
I will totally go with you
Okay.
because I was looking at these pictures and I was like, this looks fucking rad.
What
Yeah.
a party!
And a way to
fun.
like, I just feel like holidays can get a little trite, know? And why not shake it up with like a kick-ass festival?
God, that would be so fun.
You know?
Yeah.
Demons and
Tired of the fat jolly elf.
Frau
Yeah.
Perchta is often in those as well.
My
People dress up
girl.
as her as well.
I gotta write a horror movie where I star as her.
I like it.
That would be fun.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Betsy
Done.
Sodaro, thank you so much for celebrating the
Thanks for
holidays with us.
having me.
Like Bigfoot, we like to ask our guests now, where in the woods can you be found?
Oh, I like that.
This is December 18th, or on and around there, just so you know.
Okay. I mean, if you're ever in LA, I do a lot of improv comedy at UCB Franklin. Fridays at 8, Saturdays at 8, Sundays at 7, Tuesdays at 9:30. If you want to see me on stage,
Absolutely do. Betsy's a goddamn delight,
Thank
an
you.
improv marvel.
you.
I've performed with you before, and it is such a joy every time.
Oh, thank you. It's my favorite thing. I love it so much.
You're great at it, too.
Also check out my podcast, A Funny Feeling, where me and Marcy Jarro talk to all of our friends about their scary paranormal
Yeah,
stories.
if you like this, you'll
You're gonna love that.
You
Yes,
probably
you will.
listen to that, but if you haven't given it a shot
Give it a
yet,
shot. It's
absolutely
fun.
do.
Yeah. And that's kind of it for now.
And we love trash.
Oh, yes.
on Patreon.
We love trash. So I forgot about it. Mono's going to be so mad at me. Me and Mono Agapian host a podcast on Patreon called We Love Trash, where we just talk about everything trashy. Movies, people, food, all of that stuff. Because we love trashy stuff.
I keep forgetting
Beautiful.
to subscribe, but I'm going to, and I'll be
Oh,
binging
thank
that
you.
100%
Thank
for
you.
sure.
Yeah, it's fun.
We gotta get
improvise
Mono on the show,
garbage
too.
Movies. Yes, you do. He has one of the best ghost stories I've ever heard in my life.
Whoa.
And it's
Right.
like a first-hand happened to him. Gives me chills every time I think about it.
Love that.
Amazing.
He's the best.
Speaking of amazing Grace Mitchell.
Oh,
What are you up to? Where can people find? Oh wait, Betsy, are you
What?
on Instagram and all that crap?
I'm on Instagram at Betsy Sodaro.
You'll see her in the pictures. We'll tag her.
Yeah.
Go follow her.
Follow me.
And on Twitter. What are you up to, Grace?
right now at the moment, I'm actually recording my record.
Oh.
Nice.
So I'll be working on that. But you can just follow me at Grace Mitchell with 2 L's on all social media, and I post updates about my life.
Fantastic. Well,
Yeah.
thank you for filling in again.
Yeah.
We love having
Yeah.
you produce our episodes.
Thank
It's a
you.
delight.
That's fun.
Thank you so much. Bryce.
Yeah, well, we're right in the middle of Expedition Bigfoot airing on Sunday nights on the Travel Channel, 10/9 Central. Stay tuned. We're right about halfway, so it only gets better.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I want to thank everybody, anybody who came out to our Expedition Bigfoot Live party on
We
December
thank you.
9th at Bigfoot Lodge. Thanks for stopping by. That hasn't happened as of this recording, so we're just going to assume it went off without a hitch.
down.
Yeah, it went down.
Party of the
You
century.
can follow me, McMills, and all this stuff. Don't forget to ask your grandmothers, aunts,
Oh,
dads, brothers
smart.
for your for their personal paranormal history and ghost stories when you're at home over the holidays, and write to us. We are going to take a couple weeks off. We will not have a new episode on Christmas. We won't have one on New Year's, but we'll be back the first Wednesday after the New Year with a brand new episode of Bigfoot Collectors Club. This is the last show of 2019. We're coming in hot and strong in 2020, and we cannot wait to share the new year with you, our listeners. So until then, I remain Michael McMillan for Bryce Johnson, Grace Mitchell, Riley Bray, absentee. Thank you once again, Betsy Sodaro. And until the new year, good night.
And go get regressed.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Bigfoot Collectors Club is produced by Riley Bray. Our theme song is Come Alone by Suneaters, courtesy of Lotuspool Records. If you like the show, please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. It really helps get the podcast to more listeners. To support the show, check out our Patreon page at patreon.com/Bigfoot Collectors Club and unlock multiple reward episodes every month.